Hamburg needs to make the most of their possessions too, because I mean, yeah, it's a one-goal game, but their possessions have been few and far between through one quarter. So they start with their first man-up opportunity. Pass back up top is taken by Chido. Holfelder, and now back behind the cage. Opportunity there, the shot and a stop made by the sophomore goaltender.
Yeah, that was Scott Ramaker, and it looks like that was the play that they had written up, because he just kind of comes around the cage and didn't fool the goalie, though.
Looks like we got a timeout called by Canandaigua. They want to slow things down early here in the second quarter. Yeah, both of these teams, I can't say enough about both these head coaches. They're so well coached.
Yeah, and they know one another, you know.
Take a look at the first quarter stats as Canandaigua erased an early 2-0 deficit by scoring 3 in a row. You see the shots on goal. That's the one that really matters. 5-3 in favor of Canandaigua. Ground ball battle going to Hamburg right now. But look at the face-offs. And that may not come back to haunt you through a quarter or two, but 3 and 4 quarters, that is not going to be a good number for Hamburg. They need to turn things around.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I mean, when you look at that at the end of the game, it's how much, you're playing a lot of defense when you're 6-0 on the faceoffs. That means possession is for Canandaigua on the offensive end. And the other thing we talked a little bit about is it takes away from having Holfelder in your offense, because, you're playing defense the whole game. He's sitting down at attack, and we saw the first time he got the ball, and almost puts it in, and it goes off the pipe right at the last couple of seconds of the first quarter. They can't afford to get beat 6-0 from the face-off. Then again, 3. So,
yeah.
Severino's got to be. He's got to be happy on the sideline. This one is 5 zip.
On the heels of that time out, they throw it back to the goal. And Aaron pass out of bounds. Good job to retain position.
Right. There you go.
Little bit of a push behind. Wasn't. Here comes the Bulldogs.
Good pass.
They score.
Yeah. Holfelder. That was his ride, Dave. He, a hard ride. He gets the turnover, forces a turnover, and with the quick start, boy, he gets it and goes and shows his athletic ability. And he comes down, and that's where I think, he can run midfield. And watch this right here. He's just coming down. Great job finding his man wide open there, and that's a pretty goal, but number 40 makes it happen.
And I got to correct myself. That is Andrew Reddick. The other roster that I had number 19 as Ramakers, but that indeed was number 19, Andrew Reddick, as we just heard the official announcement. So Hamburg able to tie it up during the man-up, and it's 3-3.
But Nick Johnson wins another face-off, Dave. In the open, we looked at the percentage, and it was pretty close. I mean, it was 65% for, I think, Johnson and 62% for the Hamburg player. And, right now, that's 7-0 from the face-off. That's 100%. That's you go from 65 to 100% of the. He's won every face-off. The first one was a legal procedure against Hamburg, but he's won the rest of them clean.
That's it, Dave.
And again, it's going to be Canandaigua setting up in the offensive end in what has been a seesaw battle so far. We approach 10 minutes to go in the first
There's
half.
a flag right
the flag
there.
behind the play. It's going to be against Hamburg.
I think they can get a hold on that one.
Opportunity there as they go to the cage and then peel it off.
Kind of a light call, though. It didn't look like it was.
And you know, Mark, this will be eventually the third man-up opportunity early in this game for Canandaigua. They're working right into the sun, too. That cannot be easy right now. They're looking right into that glare.
Hamburg penalty to number 29, Brendan English. 1 minute slash.
That's
to slash away from the play.
English right on the slash, and it didn't really didn't see much of it, but the ref he was right on it, and the flag went up. So another opportunity here for Canandaigua on the man up.
Third man up opportunity for the visiting
2.
Braves. Yeah. Side of the cage, good opportunity, but they show their patience again. Send it back up top. Side of the net again. There's a rocket that goes just wide. It didn't miss by much. It was Tim Bay. I mentioned earlier, Mark, he's known, number 1 right there in red. Tim Bay is known as the feeder. He leads this team with 17 assists, but he's also, as you just saw, got a pretty big shot.
Yeah, he's got 12 goals and 17 assists, 29 points on the, and he from this angle, boy, he just missed.
He is a 5'7" senior who has a goal today. The turnover, and the ball belongs to Hamburg. 27 seconds to go in the Canandaigua man up. So the Bulldogs will try to kill this off as they move into the offensive end. Leading the way, it's Reddig. Andrew Reddig, the senior wearing number 19. Now sends it back in the X again. Time winding down, and now full strength. So Hamburg gets their player back. Canandaigua now 1 for 3 during man-up situations as this tie game continues. It's 3-3. A long shot and a stop made by the sophomore goaltender, Brandon Moore. Those are some pretty good numbers for the 10th grader. He stops 59.1% of his shots. You see the man-ups there. Hamburg has only enjoyed 1 opportunity. They're 0 for 1. And as you saw, Canandaigua 1 for 3.
Yeah, that wasn't a real good shot. That was good job, good save by the goaltender, but that was Ryan from Hamburg. Just that was too far out. I mean, he had a good look at that one up high, easy save.
Hamburg with possession in their predominantly gray uniforms and the purple numbers and purple helmets.
Yeah, I mean, Hamburg, their first midfield line. You got Duffy, he's got 13 goals. You have Furstein's got 10. You had Reddig with 16, so they're capable from up top.
How many times over the years have we called those names?
Whoa.
A shot right on and a goal. Jimmy Duffy. And a rocket it was. Hamburg takes the lead 4-3.
Right on cue. I just talked about Duffy. I mean, look at his stats. It's 14 goals on the season, 17 assists. He's a senior, too. He's a captain. So he steps up, and you see his head coach give him a little high five there, and that puts him up 4-3. Here's a look at it right here. Good eye to high, and just beats the goaltender. He beats his man, too. That's a great, boy, he just gets his hands free and just lets it ride.
Second of the day as he ripped it high. 15th of the season for Jimmy Duffy. He's happy. The Bulldogs are happy. And they lead it 4-3.
And when I was talking to Coach Severino, I mean, I said, why you're going to put Evan behind the net? He said, you know, Mark, he said, I have really 5 really good middies, and you can only run 3 on the first midfield, so I'm going to put him behind so I get another one of my middies out there. It pays off.
Well, you know, and that's one thing about head coach Jerry Severino. It's not his first rodeo. I remember back a few years ago when he had number 25, Max Maxwell, was probably one of the premier attackmen in Western New York high school lacrosse, and he made him a midfielder.
Yeah.
And I said, why? I'm not questioning him. I mean, he knows way better than I do. And he said, because he's my best player. I need him on both ends of the field. even though he was the best attackman in all of Western New York, made him a midfielder, and well, it paid off.
Yeah, and he's playing midi right now at UMBC too, so that pay off for him.
A hot potato in the goal crease, bounces around. No whistle.
Who wants it?
Yeah, who wants it? Well, Canandaigua comes up with it.
Oh, he almost put in his own goal.
That was number 17, John Chapman, the senior defenseman, with the long pole, a dangerous play, and now some pressure in the offensive end for Hamburg. Canandaigua shakes it and launches a ball. That's a great pass out to midfield. Look at this transition. Here come the Braves.
I mean, things are starting to get a little, they're getting a little physical out there.
A little crazy.
Yeah, there's been some. And usually what you don't see it on the camera because it's usually behind the play.
Behind the play, some craziness going on. It's.
I love to see it though. But these teams, they're playing for keeps right now. It's Section 5, Section 6. You want to basically come out of here with a win and say, we play the best in our section, and we'll see you in the playoffs.
We'll have all that playoff coverage for you right here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel 2, right from the Section 6 championships through the Far West Regional Championships, right in to the state finals, right here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Opportunity there, a shot.
That's a goal.
That's a goal.
Yeah,
you're
right to his legs. You couldn't really see it, but it gets, I think, through the goaltender's legs. And they count that one and tie it up at 4-piece. And you see Bay, he just beats his man. Individual dodge, looked like a little split dodge, and gets by his man, and a good low shot. There's a look at it right here. I mean, he's going. You see the defenseman coming. He doesn't close out quick enough. That's number 15, trying to get the slide. Just a little bit late there.
Now another battle on the X, and Canandaigua is going to come away with it again. Boy, that has been the Achilles heel for Hamburg today. If you just showed the face-offs in time of possession, you would think Canandaigua was firmly in control of this game.
And you'd think, you know what, if they won half of them, the score would be a little more lopsided. It's 4-4.
5:15 to go in the first half. The Braves have the ball. They'll roll it across on the far side. Both teams come into this game with records of 6-3 on the season. The best quarter, as I mentioned earlier, for the Braves was the first quarter, where they've outscored their opponents 28-17. At the end of the first quarter today, they had a 3-2 lead. But Hamburg has outscored Canandaigua so far here in the second quarter, 2-1, and the Bulldogs have the ball.
Yeah, and that's 6-3. Talking to both coaches, they played some pretty competitive
competition.
A couple, Hamburg went down and played. On the spring break, they played Chantilly down in Virginia. They lost that one, but they don't want to get you better. And then I talked to Coach Mulhern. He said, we played Pittsford, which is really, really one of the best teams I've seen in a while.
Shot that was blocked on the way through.
They played Penn Yan. They just beat Penn Yan, Penfield. They lost to Pittsford. Pittsford is way too. I saw that. They played Orchard Park and they dominated. And you just see, when you see Pittsford, they got four guys that are going Division I, but you can see they're just big kids. They're really big, fast, and physical.
Canandaigua Braves in their predominantly red uniforms open the season with a couple of victories over Geneva and McQuaid Jesuit. A shot right on goal and another goal there. How about that?
That's just a total mismatch right there. When he got the ball, Fielder, I was just saying, he takes Dave York, number 28. If they don't slide, he'll score every time on this one. Watch this one. He just comes up top and then rolls back, little roll dodge, and he gets up in the air a little bit and just lets it fly. Watch this right here. He takes him up top, gets up in the air and rolls back, and boy, oh boy, that's a pretty move right there. That's just all athleticism.
And a big face-off victory for Hamburg. Or did I call it too soon?
Yeah, you got to come up with a ground ball.
They're battling for that ground ball in possession, and they get it. Bulldogs ball. Brendan Ryan, number 44, moving in and now settling things down. So they have struggled mightily in the face-off department here today, but find themselves up by a goal on home turf, 5-4.
And it's working out the way Coach Severino said. I want to get a couple more of my good middies on the field and let Hofelder come from behind the cage, and on that last one he shows why, because he's a tough matchup, even when he had the long pole on.
Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Hamburg opened up a 2-0 lead. Canandaigua rallied to take a 3-2 lead at the half. And right now our score, Hamburg 5, Canandaigua 4. Bulldogs have the ball as the sun goes down here in Western New York. Shouldn't be a as we approach halftime. You see the ground balls in favor of Hamburg, and that, I guess, has been the saving grace. 10-6 Bulldogs leading the Braves in that ground ball department. Back up top again. No hurry, up by a goal. There's a shot. They back it up, and Hamburg will retain possession. Shot coming out of the stick of number 4, Alex Pum, who opened the scoring here today in the first quarter.
But you feel here, you can feel the momentum changing here in the second quarter, Dave. Hamburg's only had, here's a good look right. They've had the ball on offense and starting to kind of get in the groove a little bit here, especially this guy, number 40. But I think he's kind of got everyone involved now and playing much better here in the second quarter.
It is a game of momentum. Boy, we say that almost every broadcast.
Good spin.
Hofelder makes a
whoa, what a save that was.
That was a big stop there for the sophomore.
That was a tremendous save because Hofelder just complete. He takes a roll dodge. There's a flag right there, right here in front of us.
That's an effort penalty. I mean, that's just sheer hustle drawing that
He's
penalty.
Counting the numbers. He's looking for an offside penalty. I think it was number 19 for Hamburg in there.
Oh, I thought the Bulldogs were going to get the benefit of that call, but you might be right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think they got the. And I saw, like I said, when you see the referee counting them, he's going with the offsides. He just wants to make sure.
And there's the penalized player. 2 minutes to go. First half, Hamburg leading Canandaigua 5-4 on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Boy, oh
An
boy.
errant pass there. They throw it away. How about that? Hamburg ball.
Maybe just because of the fact they haven't had it down the offensive end in a while.
That's a big turnover.
Yeah, it definitely is. With a minute 55 just before halftime.
Good sprint into a triple team.
You might want to have him come out for the football team on that one. He just ran by 4 guys.
Number 44, Brendan Ryan.
And I was actually talking to Coach Cawley, who's the athletic director here, and he's the varsity football coach, and he wants Hofelder to come out. And I said to him, I go, well, I don't know. You might want to ask the Mercyhurst coach. Don't you dare say that. I want, because he's going to go to Mercyhurst to play lacrosse, and it does help though when they play 3 sports. I think it just really, and he is quite an athlete. But and we talked about that. You said maybe in the opening he's thinking he might go to Mercyhurst. I went down on the field before the game just to kind of clarify it, and he said, yeah, I like it. It seems like a nice fit, and there's a lot of good local talent that go to Mercyhurst. And I'm telling you, Mercyhurst plays for the national championship. There's a look at him right there. I mean, he had other schools. He had Division I schools. And I remember him when he was a freshman.
Yeah.
His older brother was on the team when he was a freshman.
The name Hofelder.
That number just stuck out. I remember, and I was talking to Coach Severino before he goes. He said, "You remember the game at St. John Fisher? He had like 3 goals in the first quarter, and he was a freshman. I mean, I remember the number. So he's had looks since he's been a freshman." And I know that it's funny, I talked to his dad. I was at a JV Hamburg game, and I saw his dad, and I said, where does he think about going? He said, Binghamton really liked him. Coach Nelson really liked him. He was really recruiting him hard. And he said, I wanted him to kind of go Division I. He said, but he looks like he's going to go to Mercyhurst. He kind of likes to fit there. And you know what? Go where it fits. Hey, you're playing for a national championship. Yeah, what the heck? And
exactly. There are worse places than Erie, Pennsylvania, too.
Yeah, it's close by, and sometimes too, you go Division I, and there's so much, so much competition. You might not play your freshman, sophomore year, so get on the field. He's going to be a great player.
On the heels of that timeout, Hamburg looking for another scoring opportunity here. 75 seconds to go, first half. It has been an up and down seesaw battle. Lead has changed hands on 3 different occasions. Right now, Hamburg up by a goal, 5-4. So the sun not a factor. The flags are still. They're not blowing in the breeze at all. Perfect night for high school lacrosse here in Western New York. And a good dodge by number 25, Jimmy Duffy, who has 2 on the night.
Good ride, though.
Nice ride, and they'll pull it up from the right side. The long shot.
Oh, that was a great save, and I don't think Moore even knew he saved that one. He looked behind him like he thought it might have gone in the net. It bounced off him. He got down low. Great stop.
Now it looks like Canandaigua wants to call timeout with 35.2 seconds to go. Get a good look at number 1, Tim Bay, jogging off the field for the visitors. He's got a goal on the day.
A little chess match going on between Coach Severino and Coach Mulhorn there. And good timeout, 35. He'd love to get one right here and tie it up going in at halftime. Yeah, I talked to Coach Mulhorn before, and there's some of the players, over the years, Dave, you remember some, and one was Sean Regan that played for him, and he went out actually to play at Hobart, and his mom, I actually went to school with her, and she's really involved with the alumni. And I said, how's he doing? He said, Mark, he's doing unbelievable. He operates a hedge fund now. He said he's doing so well. He said, but you know what? He said, my kids, we come back every year during Christmas. He has all his alumni come back, and they have a get together. And he said, and that's what it's all about. Tradition. And same with Jerry. I mean, how many good players has he had there? I mean, the rest of Terrace boys at Albany, Babcock, Chido.
It's been a bloodline, if you want to call it that. The Maxwells and the Holfelders,
and that's why I love seeing these two teams when they play one another, because there's similar programs with that. Every year you get now you have Holfelder coming out. I mean, they always Canandaigua and Hamburg. They always have 2 or 3 kids that are really, really good players, and they go on to play in college and stuff. So it's fun to watch these two go at it. And right here, 25 seconds, 5-4. Another good one.
Opportunity for Canandaigua to set up for the last shot back behind the cage. It's taken by Bay. I mentioned he's primarily a feeder, but does have a goal on the day. 12 seconds to go in the first half. Right out in front. Oh, boy, the quick stick. A little too quick, but an opportunity there. They follow it up. But will there be enough time? Sure there is. 3.8 seconds
You're right,
to go.
and that was a guy, we haven't called his number. That's Ben Wilcox. He has 23 goals on the game.
Right out in front. And that was a save.
That's him again right there. 23 goals so far this season, and he gets 2 shots at the end and can't capitalize on that.
There's Ben Smith-Wilcox, a team leading 23 goals on the season, number 15 in red for Canandaigua. But the big stop there for Seth Graber, the junior. And it is the Hamburg Bulldogs leading the Canandaigua Braves 5-4 as we head to halftime on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. With Mark Collins, my name is David Miller. It's been a seesaw battle. And really, Mark, I guess the story of that first half would be the fact that Canandaigua controlled the X. They won faceoffs. They had possession of the ball, yet they find themselves down by a goal at halftime.
Yeah, luckily, they were 6-0 at the faceoffs, and they had possession mostly. In the second quarter, though, Hamburg started to generate a little more offense. Holfelder got involved. But like I said, second half here, I think faceoffs will be key.
We'll take a break and look at some first half highlights when we come back here in Hamburg as the Bulldogs lead the Braves by a score of 5-4 on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. A good look here in Western New York on a beautiful day, the sun setting, and yes, the flowers in full bloom after what was a very long, cold winter. We bring you back inside Howe Field here at Hamburg High School, where the Bulldogs on home turf lead the Canandaigua Braves from Section 5 by a score of 5-4. Mark Collins, pretty interesting first half.
Yeah, interesting first half. I think that Canandaigua, though, has to get they have a lot of at the attack. They have to get involved a little more. Their seniors have to step up and lead them. I think.
Take a look at the first half highlights where Hamburg, despite the fact that they were dominated on the faceoff X, opened up not only a 1-0 lead on that goal from number 4 Alex Pum, but 2-0. But Canandaigua, not to spoil the surprise, would rattle off 3 straight goals, including that one from Tim Bay, the next one during a man up
made it 2-2 from number 42, Devin Andrews. And then Canandaigua would take their first lead of the day, 3-2 on this goal from Ethan Marichal. And it was 3-2 Canandaigua at the end of the first quarter. To the second quarter we go, and Hamburg would score a couple back-to-back goals from themselves. Number 19, Andrew Reddig, would tie the game at 3, and Hamburg would retake the lead at 4-3 from Jimmy Duffy. His second of the game and 15th of the season gave the Bulldogs a 4-3 lead. Canandaigua, however, battling back. Look at the hustle there. Patrick Bay, number 11, just beats the defender and fires it home, 4-4, and then Hamburg getting a goal from a guy they need to get some goals here today, and that is number 40, Evan Holfelder, as the Bulldogs lead the Braves by a score of 5-4. I mentioned the fact that Hamburg has won 3 of the last 4 meetings between these two teams, but Canandaigua won the last time these teams got together last season. Third quarter action coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
Canandaigua Braves coming in on the heels of a 2-game winning streak with impressive wins. As you mentioned earlier, Mark Collins, over Penn Yan 9-8 and Penfield 8-7. So this is a 1-goal game at the half, and it's something that Coach Ed Mulhern, I guess, has gotten used to in the 2015 lacrosse season, and that is close games as we get things started here in the third quarter.
Well, last year's game between these two teams was 11-9. Canandaigua winning that one, but they've been close. It was 13-12 back in 2013, which was a close one. Hamburg won one 2 years ago, though, 12-3.
Oh, look at this defense here. Aggressive from Hamburg, and the officials letting him play. Nice no call as Brendan Ryan tried to pick it up, number 44 in gray, but the ball is going to belong to Canandaigua. Well, yeah, you can see why they want Brendan Ryan to play football. Watch this.
Oh!
That's a linebacker.
Yeah,
not
but
a nitty.
I like the way that number 21 got back up, because that's Karan Broomfield, and Coach Mulhern said, you know where he's going, Hobart. He said, this kid, he's only a junior too, and he said, watch him though, and he does. He's got good wheels.
Always got to work in a statesman reference, don't you? My broadcast partner and 2-time national championship at Hobart in the fine sport of college lacrosse.
Wow,
there's a flag
right there.
That's against Canandaigua. It's going to be Hamburg ball.
Well, you know what's really nice though is these teams, Canandaigua, Pittsford, that area. It's nice when you can go to school. Hobart's right there in Geneva, and all. It's nice when your kid goes to school and you can go, a half hour to see him play. I'm driving 9 hours to see my son play. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you've had a busy lacrosse day today, haven't you?
Yeah. How about that? Yeah, I had a game at 10 this morning for the one that plays JV, 11:30 for the one that plays JV at Orchard Park, the one at 10. And then I watched the Hobart game, which was on Time Warner Sports.
Oh!
There.
Wow, there's a shot and a goal for Canandaigua.
Yeah, the Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, which was at 12 o'clock. I watched the Hobart game, and then just before I left, I was watching UMBC, which was where Max Maxwell plays. They were playing Albany, so a full day of lacrosse, and there's a big goal right there, and that is a big one to put it back up at 5 apiece. And I think this one's going down to the wire, Dave. As usual, these two teams are very competitive with one another, and that's the guy we talked about. What did I just say? Does he have to get involved in the offense? And he pops one in.
That is Ben Smith-Wilcox, his 24th of the season to lead the Braves in that department.
There's another one here. They came out in the second half, and they're ready to go.
Ben Smith-Wilcox, a 5'8", only 145-pound junior. He plays much bigger than that in the attack position, though.
Yeah, they get another. Yeah, he gets another look right there. They must have definitely at halftime said, you know what, we need to get you involved. I saw Coach Mulhern talking to him right at the. There's another shot for him. That's 4 shots right here in the second half, right off the bat.
Clearing attempt here and an opportunity for Hamburg to get it out of their own zone. That is Will Pritchard,
behind,
5'9" senior. Now an opportunity. Running right into the double team was number 17 for Hamburg. That is Scott Ramakers. Again into the double team. Jimmy Duffy looking for his third of the day, and now some words exchanged.
Yeah, you see that.
Again, it's behind the play. You're not seeing a whole lot of it, but there's a lot of stuff going on behind the play. Opportunity here for the Bulldogs. And it's Duffy quarterbacking the offense. Duffy beats the first short stick. Oh, he crosses his hands, got a good shot off.
That's a goal.
And he scores. Jimmy Duffy with his third of the game, and a dandy it was.
There's a late call on it because it was a different type shot, Dave. He's coming in with the right hand. He brought his lacrosse stick across his face, and he still has a right-handed shot, but it's from the left side. Watch right here.
This might be the best goal we've seen all season.
See that?
Oh,
he
boy.
kind of takes his right hand and stretches it around. Doesn't shoot it left-handed, shoots it right hand from the left side.
Wow, his third of the game and 16th of the season, and a beauty it was for Duffy. And the face-off, controlled by Hamburg. They've had their troubles on the X, and they win this one. A big draw it is, as they open up the 6-5 lead.
That's Scott Ramaker. I like this kid. I mean, when you look at him, he's a big kid, and he can run, and he's only a junior. So I think he's a guy you're going to see. Like I said, every year they get a guy that kind of steps up, and he may be the guy next year because he is a good-sized kid, and that's the difference when you can run and you're big and physical.
Hamburg being controlled on the X. They have won only 3 face-offs and controlled 3 draws here today. But they hang on to a 6-5 lead and have possession again. Oh boy, they throw it away there. They're going to call that a shot or a pass?
It was a shot, but
they're going to call it a pass.
It wasn't a good enough shot because it looked like a pass.
That's a turnover.
Yeah. That was Evan Wright, and he attempted the shot, but it wasn't a good shot. I'm sure Coach Severino wasn't happy about that one.
I think it was a pass.
Good clear by Canandaigua.
Yes, it is, and here they come along the near sidelines. They'll set up in the offensive end. Hamburg had a 2-0 lead early. Canandaigua rallied with 3 straight goals to take a 3-2 lead into the second quarter. Hamburg scored 2 in a row to lead at 4-3, and then they exchanged goals ever since then. It was 4-4, 5-4 Hamburg, 5-5. And then 6-5 Hamburg, and that's where we are right now. The Bulldogs with a 6-5 lead. Mentioned Canandaigua coming off impressive victories over Penfield and Penn Yan. Their 3 losses this season are to Hilton, Pittsford, and Churchville Chilai, as they come in with a record of 6-3.
That looked like it. That looked like I don't know. He's saying it's off. I think he said it hit a Hamburg player. They give it back to Canandaigua.
So the Braves have it down by a goal. Halfway through the third quarter. Opportunity here. Diving shot. Rebound there and a goal and a flag.
And they're going to count that. They're going to say he pushed him into the crease. He was in the crease, but he's going to get a call. And boy, oh boy, he is. Where was he in the first half? I mean, he wasn't involved in the offense. And I was saying, as the seniors, you got to step right up.
Scored by number 15, Ben Smith-Wilcox.
And that's Ben Smith-Wilcox right there.
Boy, they're going to count the goal and award the penalty too. That's the double whammy against.
But the two of them, the two leaders, and they have quite a few seniors on this team, but Connor Holm and Wilcox really took charge here in the third quarter. And that's what you look for from your seniors.
Absolutely.
In a tight game. And another win on the faceoff for the Braves. Watch behind you. Good check.
Canandaigua playing with numbers here. They've got the man up.
That's lack of communication, though. You got a teammate that has someone coming from behind. You got to let them know.
Good job here by the Bulldogs to maintain possession and take some time off that clock. as we approach 6.5 to go here in the third quarter.
An interesting game, Dave. You know, this is, you see a lot of lacrosse games that, you know, you get some runs where you go up 2-3 goals, but this one has been pretty much one goal game the entire evening.
The biggest run here today has been 3 straight goals, and that was by Canandaigua when they trailed 2-0. Opportunity in front. I think that went off the post.
It did go off the post, and that's Hofelder just beat his man again cleanly and doesn't come out just a little bit higher, and that's in the net. Good clear again. Boy, they're pushing and shoving.
These teams have played some heated battles over the years, despite the fact that they are cross-sectional rivals. We mentioned Canandaigua out of Section 5, Hamburg out of Section 6. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah, but this, you know, you can just see what's going to, you know, in the future here. These two teams are likely, these will be the two unless there's an upset. I think these are the two they're going to meet in the Far West Regional, and that'll be a beauty.
So the Braves have it. They'll settle things down in a tie game. It's 6-6. Taken by Patrick Bay, number 11, has 1 goal on the day for Canandaigua. His goal made it 4-4 in the second quarter. We're still tied up. This time it's 6-6. And each team obviously right now wants to make the most of their trips into the offensive end. Bay.
Yeah, they let Bay take it behind and ISO from behind with an invert.
Bay over the left shoulder, finds a man open for a moment.
Wow.
Right out in front, shot, pass, and a goal. Tick, tack, toe. And that is Connor home with his 21st of the season. Braves lead it 7-6.
Yeah, but they lost sight of home. How do you let him, one of their best players, he's on the doorstep with no one on him, and that was a great pass, but I think it was Will Pritchard, number 9, that kind of lost his man. Lack of communication down low, but watch this right here. Great look. You see he's wide open. Good skip pass. Gets it by Ramaker, too. Great skip pass right here, and a good finish. Seniors are stepping up for Canandaigua.
No question. Connor Holm came into the game leading this team with 36 points. Didn't lead in the goal-scoring department. Ben Smith-Wilcox had 23 coming in. He's got a couple here tonight, so Wilcox the leader with 25 goals on the season. But Connor Holm scores his 21st of the year.
Yeah, and you know what? He's capable, Dave. There's no doubt. That's why I like this makeup of this team, because they really share the ball well. And, you know, you got one guy that's always going to lead in goals, but they have 3 guys that are all capable, and they really, you can see when the seniors, there's such good chemistry between the 3 of them. A good-looking offense.
Play to our left now as Hamburg works it into the offensive end.
Now I think you got to get number 40 involved. It's just, you know, he's had a couple. He had the 1 goal from behind. He hit the pipe a couple times, but I don't know. I think it's time to bring him up top. You know, he's coming from behind the net. I just think bring him back at the midi.
Duffy's got 3 on the day, and he's got the ball over his left shoulder. Back in for Hofelder. Under 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Yeah, here he comes up here.
There he is up top. You're right.
I think he's deadly from up top.
Move to the inside, running into a double team. Nice job. Beats the double team, shoots and scores. What a great couple of moves in front. And that is Evan Wright.
Evan Wright, that was a great individual effort. He was double teamed there, Dave. I don't know if one defender thought the other guy was going to take him, because it looked like both of them weren't on the same page.
That was nearly a triple team. Look at it. She got 3 jerseys.
Look at, see? Oh, yeah, they overplayed that. You see number 7 right there from Canandaigua. They just overplayed it. That's Brown. You see they both, and they overplayed it because they were, you know, the goal was to the left side, and they overplayed him to the right. He's right-handed, but a good roll dodge, and that's a big goal to tie it up at 7.
Wright with his 6th goal of the season and that all-important draw control we talk about. As Hamburg has possession in a tie game, 7-7.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, what you do as a defender, and they did that time, is they overplayed him to his right hand. I mean, you know, some guys they're dominant with your right hand, but you can't overplay him that much.
Another opportunity in front. Ground ball down. Bulldogs pick it up.
That was a good save by Moore that time.
Holfelder's got it. And back behind the cage he goes, makes the first man miss, and then peels back over. And Holfelder hangs on.
Yeah, he's going to go try it again. I think this is a good matchup for him right here.
Gets around him. And the shot with a save made side of the net. Brandon Moore, the sophomore, wearing number 34 in red, has played well in goal for Canandaigua today.
Ramaker with a good backup, though, on that one. They're gonna, on the shot, still get possession.
Back up again. Pum, who opened the scoring back in the first quarter, wearing number 4 for Hamburg. They'll send the pass across. Again, another pass, shot, and a stop made by Moore. Hamburg will back it up and keep possession, though. Good job there by number 7, Jason Chido. Out in front. Good defense as they turn him back. Side of the cage, that's Chido, number 7. Makes a move inside out, shoots and scores, and a flag on the play. What a great play by Jason Chido.
And here we have a couple of Bulldogs stepping up. You know, we talk about Holfelder, and we talked about some of the other guys getting some goals during the game. Duffy had a few, but right now they're getting a little contributions from some other players, and that's a great move right there by Chido. He just, boy, he's going down to the turf, and he gets a flag on top of it. And he get a slash, I think, on top of it. He scores the goal. Little excitement right there. Great individual effort.
For Chido, his first of the game and 11th of the season, just a sophomore, and you see the celebration afterwards. They also get the flag, so you get a good look there at number 28, David York.
Looks like he injured his thumb there on that. He actually had the slash, but he looks like he's looking at his hand in the box.
York in the box, and it's a man up for Hamburg. So Canandaigua rattled off 3 straight goals after Hamburg opened up a 6-5 lead.
Now they're going to try and run it around. See, they get the penalty here. You got to double team that. He's going in.
Opportunity there, and the shot goes just wide. They'll back it up.
That's Nick Johnson.
So 3 straight goals from Smith-Wilcox. Home and right gave Canandaigua the 7-7 tie, but now it's Jason Chido with his 11th goal of the season, and Hamburg leads it. Hamburg also on the man up. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs fly into enemy territory, and that's Chido again. A fadeaway shot that goes wide.
Boy, that was a good opportunity. That was a great look. That was number 44, Ryan, who found Chido right on the doorstep. No one on him. He goes wide with it.
Bulldogs maintain possession. 15 seconds to go in this man-up opportunity. And you called them, Mark. Holfelder's playing back up top.
Yeah, I think he's really, you know, he's going to get himself a good matchup from up there. They still got the long pole on him up top, though.
Far side, that is Evan Wright, number 21, hanging on to it. Inside, 20 seconds to go. Canandaigua back at full strength. And now Holfelder's going to jog back behind the X again. Draws the attention of the long pole. That is John Chapman, number 17. Beats him, shoots, and a save made by Moore. Another pass out in front. Chido rips one. That one stopped, and the third quarter comes to a close. Well, there's a good look at Jason Chido. His 11th of the season has given Hamburg the 8-7 lead over Canandaigua as we head to the fourth quarter on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Take a look at our stats through 3 quarters. Our score, Hamburg 8, Canandaigua 7. Ground balls dead even. Face-offs, the number that pops at you, Mark Collins. But the fact that Canandaigua has won 13 of 17 face-offs hasn't discouraged the Hamburg Bulldogs from taking a 1-goal lead into this 4th quarter.
Yeah, and in that 3rd quarter, a couple guys stepped up for Hamburg. Chido with a really pretty goal, good individual effort. And that's what, you need that. You need some depth. You can't rely on, Duffy had a big first half and Hofelder, and you get contributions from other guys. Boy, that's what makes you good.
It's not good
there's
when
a flag
when
here.
an
That's
official
illegal.
has a
It's
stick,
a legal
yeah.
stick. Oh, my Lord.
That's not a good sign when an official has a player's stick.
No, and actually there's new rules this year where the way the referee actually takes it, and see Jerry Severino talking to him. And he's going to throw another one, and that's going to be on the coach, I think, for what he just said to the referee. Yeah, I think that's got to be on Jerry Severino. Boy, that is not going to help the situation, but there is new rules this year as far as what they can do as far as when they go ahead and take a look at the stick and the way they put the ball in to see if it's going to fall out. We can't hear him from here, but I'm sure Coach Severino had a few choice words for him. But how about that, Dave? You start off 8-7 going into the 4th quarter. And that's a non-releasable, too. And he's going to go over. Here's a look at it right here. Watch. Here's the, there's the, he puts the stick down.
And he throws the flag.
He puts the stick down, but there's Coach Severino talking to him. And no, I don't think I like what you had to say to me, so you're going to have to pay for that one.
Coach Severino is so calm, cool, and collected. He didn't raise his voice. Whatever he said had to be, extremely witty, we'll say.
You know what? You're right about that, because you never, seldom do you see him lose his temper.
No.
Like, I remember I was doing a game. It was Hamburg, and it was a playoff game. I think it was at Amherst, and the Bulldogs played horrible in the first half. So he's coming off the field in the first half, and I asked him, what do you think? I mean, you guys didn't play. He goes, don't worry about it. I said, what are you going to say to him at halftime? He goes, don't worry about it. These guys are a good team. He said, I'm going to go in there and tell them, how good they are. And I'm thinking, what? And they come out in the second half and they played amazing.
Penalty number 25.
So that'll be a fun one, because next game I do, I'm going to ask him what he had to say to the ref before the start of the 4th quarter when you played Canandaigua.
Geez, if I heard that correctly, that illegal stick penalty was, I think, called on number 25. That's Jimmy Duffy. He's got 3 goals on the day with an illegal stick. Is that right?
Yeah, and they can actually, they won't let them use that stick anymore.
Yeah, but the damage has been done.
Yeah.
From Canandaigua's point, if Jimmy Duffy has 3 goals with what they deem an illegal stick, that's a very interesting call. I believe that's what I heard. It was on number 25, Jimmy Duffy. And another 1-minute penalty called on the coaching staff, too, for whatever Coach Severino had to say to the officials. So this is an interesting turn of events here to start the 4th quarter, as Canandaigua on the road in red, down by a goal. They've got it with a man-up opportunity. Early 4th quarter just underway.
Yeah, they're 1 for 5, though. Let's see if they can make it 2 for 6. There's one there.
Side of the cage. What a great move. Unbelievable move from Ben Smith-Wilcox, who has his 3rd goal all here in the second half.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's a good enough player that he just let the game come to him, because we talked about it in the first half, Dave, but there's great ball movement too. He said, I like this team as far as the way they move the ball, a lot of assisted goals, but Wilcox, he just, first half was quiet, boy, but here in the second half, he just knew he had to step up and assert himself on the offensive end, and that's a pretty goal right there, and that was a very, very pivotal penalty for the stick, and then on the one on the coach, and that's going to be costly here, and they're going to retain possession again.
Yeah, Mark, there's a number of adjectives you could use for that call. Again, it was on number 25, Jimmy Duffy, from what we understand. It's an illegal stick, and he scored 3 goals with
That's usually what happens, though. A lot of times you'll hear the other coach saying, can you check 25 stick? You know, because sometimes the guy that scores 3 or 4 goals, and a coach will say, man, that was good defense they play. How did that ball not stay in his stick? And there are new rules the way they can take the stick and make sure that the ball will come out. Good
Another
pass.
opportunity here, side of the net. That one goes off the post, waved off immediately, but take a look who took the shot again, 15.
Yeah, and I think that had to be the conversation at halftime. And I did see Coach Mulhern, when Wilcox came out just when the whistle blew at halftime, he went right over and started talking to him. And I think he's pretty much saying, listen, you've got to get more involved, because he had 2 shots, remember, just before the whistle. There's
another
one.
drive out in
Nice.
front, and they take the lead again. Wow, that was an absolute rocket.
So
And the go-ahead goal.
And you see the frustration from the Hamburg Bulldogs, but how about that penalty? How does that change the complexion of this game? There's Coach Severino right there, and man, they were up 8-7, Dave, and totally the momentum was in their half of the field, and you see that. Now you see the excitement for Canandaigua, and that's number 42. That's Devin Andrews, who just lets that one rip. That's his second of the day.
He did let it rip too, so Canandaigua
That's a push on Hamburg.
Canandaigua's now scored 5 of the game's last 6 goals, and they lead it 9-8. And the last 2, courtesy of the man-up situation they enjoyed because of the illegal stick call against Jimmy Duffy, and then the ensuing unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Hamburg coaching staff.
Yeah, and you know what? I see the body language, and there's Coach Severino right there. He's asking on the call, but I saw the loose ball push, and they let play continue. I don't know why they let it continue after they. And Coach Severino's kind of shaking his head, saying, "You know what? I mean, you make a call, you got to make it. You got to be a little more concise on it." But they're going to retain possession. Canandaigua. Now they're going to come over and maybe get a little conference here between the officials and try and explain what happened on that play. But I see the body language of the Hamburg Bulldogs on the defensive end. I see a little frustration, and a lot of times that's what happens. I mean, you get a penalty, some stuff going on the sidelines, you lose a little bit of the focus.
A little bit of confusion. It looks like they're trying to sort things out.
They're going to retain possession here, though, Canandaigua, and this is really a crucial point. It's 9-8 right now. They get another one right here.
Interesting game, Mark, as I look at my score sheet here. The lead has never been bigger than 2. And that was when Hamburg had the early 2-0 lead on goals from Alex Pum and Jimmy Duffy early in the first quarter. It's been just a seesaw battle literally ever since.
It is, but you know what? I mean, it's really big, though, Dave, when you're on the road, and you're playing in a hostile environment. You're on the road, and you go up by 2 in the fourth quarter. I mean, I just think that's going to be huge if they can get one here. Good defense. Good defense by Hamburg on the deflection.
Turnover for Canandaigua, and a burst of speed, and a flag behind the play, too.
They're going to get a slash on that.
Here come the Bulldogs moving into enemy territory. That was a burst of speed from Brendan Ryan, wasn't it?
Yeah, he has done a terrific job today as far as clearing the ball. I mean, he's a lot of pressure on him, but
physical player too.
Yeah, I like the hair too. I like he's got a little bit. That's a 70s. That's a little 70s look when we were back in our day.
I've seen some older pictures of you.
Let it run like the wind. Big play though. Picks up a penalty against the opposed. Here it is right here. Look at him. This is this is not that. That's the clear right there, but I didn't see where the flag. Yeah, the flag. He can. But he can really fly. I like the way he runs it. And you know what? I think we haven't talked enough about that. He has had a lot of big clears in pressure situations too. What year is he? He's gonna. Yeah, he's only 11th grader too. They've got some good juniors. The Bulldogs. They'll be strong again next year.
Bulldogs down by a goal, but they have the man up with 9.5 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Again, the lead has never been bigger than 2. It's a 1-goal game now with Canandaigua up 9-8. Bulldogs have it in the offensive end. Opportunity here. There's a shot. That went off the post, I believe.
That went off maybe 2 posts. And the goalie's head. I mean, that thing was he just ripped that from up top. He's the guy that I think is going to be a heck of a player. He's only a junior. Good sized kid.
Another opportunity here for the Bulldogs. You stay patient. Back behind the goal. Holfelder out in front.
There you go.
That
There you
shot
go.
ripped home by Jimmy Duffy. Number 4 on the day for Duffy.
And that's the assist from Holfelder behind the net. That's a good look. That's a tough pass from behind the net, right over top the goal, up top. He sees Duffy. And it looked like the goalie it looked like he had a pretty good look at that one more. Duffy goes low, though. Yeah, look, I mean, you see more. He's down on his knees. I don't know how that one got by him. But a good pass and a good low shot. That's a huge goal for Hamburg to tie it up with 8 to go.
4th of the day for Duffy, and you see his reaction. That's number 17 on the season.
Yeah, but see, my credit goes back to Ryan there on that clear. Number 44. I mean, that was a big play. Canandaigua had the ball on the offensive end, and Brendan Ryan clears it. And you see another discussion going on. A lot of discussion between the coaches and the officials tonight.
Important face-off in a tie game here. From midfield, they put the ball in play. A battle for possession, and it's going to belong to Canandaigua.
Yeah, legal procedure call looked like on Hamburg. There's been 2 or 3 of those tonight. I think that if there's one spot that they're going to have to try and improve on, Dave, when they get to the sectionals and then to the Far West regions, would be at the X.
They've had their problems here today, no question. Having said that, we're in a tie ball game as we approach 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. It's 9-9. Braves have the ball inside Hamburg territory. Next up for Canandaigua, a date at Brighton on Tuesday at 7 p.m. as they try to extend their 2-game winning streak here today. It has been a battle from the get-go, and a battle now for the ground ball back behind the net at the end line. Somehow it stays in, at least for the moment. I think it's going to be Hamburg ball. Yep, Hamburg ball.
And here's Ryan. He's their automatic clear here. Let's see if he runs this one.
Nice clearing pass from Ryan.
Yeah, see, he draws a lot of attention. He had 3 players there. That means someone's wide open.
Now along the near side. And now Hamburg's going to settle things down in a tie game. Pass up top. Last thing you want to do here, Mark, is turn it over, especially unforced.
Yeah, I think it's worked out for Coach Severino. He was talking about it before the game with me. He said, I got 5 good middies, and that's why he has Holfelder behind the net. And there's a good, oh boy, he almost puts that one in. That's a kid too that Wright had he's got a goal tonight, but Duffy's got a few of them. Boy, they're banging out there now.
This is Pum. He opened the scoring early in the 1st quarter. Number 4 in white is going to dish it off. Opportunity here. Cuts to the right side. Hey! Shoots and scores.
That's right.
Evan Wright.
That's a couple of them in a row for Wright. And you know what? I mean, gosh, Jerry Severino, he really knows this game well, though, Dave. He was telling before the game, he has Holfelder behind the net because he has, and there's a look at Wright. He said, I got 5 good middies. And if I have Holfelder at midfield, I can't get them all on, so I'll put him behind the net and bring in a couple of these guys, and boy, it's paying off. You try and get as many good players as you can on the field at one time. It's a smart move.
For Evan Wright, that is his 2nd of the game and 7th of the season, and it's the go-ahead goal for Hamburg. Again, I can't stress it enough, the lead has never been more than 2. And it's a 1-goal game right now. Hamburg 10, Canandaigua 9, with just over 6 minutes to go, 4th quarter.
And that was a big surge right there for Hamburg, though. We were talking about they had that non-releasable penalty on the stick, and They went up by 2, and they're right back on top.
However, Canandaigua controls the face-off after the goal, and they've got possession in the offensive end. Both teams come in with a record of 6-3, a cross-sectional game. But don't tell these guys it doesn't mean anything. It definitely means something, and it may be a preview, as you mentioned earlier, Mark, to a possible showdown in the Far West Regional when the Class B championships will be held in Rochester. Opportunity here for Canandaigua. Back behind the cage it comes again. Pulled out in front. Shot. I don't think it ever got through.
Got a good look at it, too. But you're right, Dave. These two teams, you know, you play your regular season games, but when you're facing an opponent that you know you're probably going to see in the Far West Regionals, and both schools know, you know what, if we don't win the Far West Regional, we don't get a shot to go on the state playoffs. So, you know, that's big when you know if you lose to this team, you're not going on in the state playoffs. You know, so. And after the Far West Regionals, that'd be what, the state semifinals.
These two Class B teams, Hamburg from Section 6, Canandaigua from Section 5, potentially on a destiny to meet in the Far West Regionals. Again, those games will be played in Rochester, and we'll have them for you right here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. But there's plenty of regular season lacrosse to go. The season's still somewhat early, as Hamburg has it now in the offensive end with under 4.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. With Mark Collins, I'm David Miller. Our producer and director is David D. and the entire Time Warner Cable Sports Channel crew. Truly to be happy with you on a nice night like this.
Yeah, probably the biggest possession right here of the game for the Bulldogs. 4 minutes to go. They're up by 1. See if they can get a quality shot. If they could score here, would really put some pressure on the Bears. But, and again, you got to play good defense here. This is a real big possession for both teams.
Good patience there from number 7, Jason Chido, just a sophomore at 6 foot, 175 pounds. He's got a couple of big goals here in the second half. Like to see the 10th graders and the underclassmen chipping in, and there's a shot on goal.
You just saw the attempted shots for both teams right there, and that's probably not the shot that Coach Severino wanted. With 3:35 to go, see if they get a clear here. This is a big. Ooh, good defense, good ride.
Look at that ride.
Called a timeout.
Yeah, that's a great timeout.
That was a great timeout.
Timeout, Canandaigua.
There's a little bang right there by
Brendan Ryan, number 44.
He likes to get physical. And how about this one, huh? Holy cow! Look at that. This whoa! And oh! I thought he was going to whack him with
there. Yeah.
Huh? Watch this one right here. Boom! Another one. He got knocked.
That's Chido.
Next week.
Oh!
Look at Chido's like. That's the stuff you don't really see because it's behind the play, and a lot of times the refs will miss it too because they're running the other way. But you know what? He's lucky he held off on that one.
Oh, you know who doesn't miss it? Our camera crew. They are the best in the business. I say it every night.
That might have been an injection right there.
That was a lumberjack whack, or he was ready to lumberjack whack him.
And you see Jerry Severino telling him, "Look, keep an eye on." There's the guy right there, Coach Cawley, the athletic director for Hamburg. He's pumping him up on the sideline. Both coaches, boy, this has been a good game. I mean, you know, they're just saying, don't think that they're not competitive. These two guys, they're nice guys, but they want to win just as bad as their players do.
Draw control 17-5.
And these are the games we really have to coach. I mean, it's 10-9. It's not like it's 15-4 and you're out of the game and you're just kind of sitting there saying, who do we play next?
Oh, this is a big clear for Canandaigua, and they get it done. They'll move it into Hamburg territory, and that is Matt Bosick leading the way, wearing number 5 for Canandaigua. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Seesaw battle is going to come down to the wire, it appears.
I'd be making sure that you see Ben Wilcox when he hit his stick on this possession.
He's had a great second half.
This has been a good second half.
Ben Wilcox Smith, number 15, has 3 goals, all in the second half. And on the season for Wilcox, 26, a team leading.
They're letting Patrick
26.
Ray go behind. He's going to do an invert. Got the short stick, but that's Ryan, pretty good defensive player. Ooh.
Wilcox
there
Smith
he is. There
makes
he
the
is.
defender miss.
There
Shoots
he
and
is.
scores. Right on cue, Mark Collins. His 4th of the game, and we're tied up again.
You know, as I said, I watched him in the first half because, you know, when you get ready for these games, you look at stats and everything, and he was real quiet, but it's just his demeanor. I think that's the way he plays the game. He lets it come to him, and you hear in the second half, he just shows, you know, he steps up in big moments. That's just a great job of staying on his feet, keeping the ball in his stick. Here he takes the defenseman, and that's a great job. He knocks the defenseman over and finishes around the crease. What a big goal.
27th of the season, and this is a huge draw control here. Who's going to come up with the ground ball? It is Hamburg in a tie game with just over 2 minutes to go, and we are poised for a big finish here one way or the other. Here come the Bulldogs. A shot on and a save made by the sophomore. Rebound back behind the cage. Bulldogs maintain possession.
You're right. That was a big-time save by Moore because the shot was it was really an unorthodox shot, the way it came out of his stick, and Moore was on top of it. He makes a stop. That was huge.
Now an opportunity, if they so choose, to play for the last shot. With a minute 39 to go, 4th quarter.
Well, as they did down at the other end, 15 got it in his stick. I think number 40 is
Whoa,
the guy
boy.
to have it here.
Almost threw that one away.
Yeah, you see Hofelder. He wasn't athletic enough to. He went up and got
that one. You're right about that.
I think you got to get back in his stick and let him take his guy, even though he's got the long pole behind. I got my money on 40.
There he is. Makes a move out in front. He shoots. And I think Moore might have got a piece of it. They back it up. Well, it doesn't go out of bounds anyway, so Hamburg keeps the ball.
Good job of double teaming on that one. He paid the price.
Well, one way or another, Mark Collins, we're going to have a fantastic finish here.
And here's the other guy. If you get another guy to have it in his stick from Duffy from up top, he's been good in the midfield position.
Duffy, 4 goals on the night, 17 on the season. And here come the Bulldogs under the lights in Hamburg. Inside out, back inside, nowhere to go. Taken down, the officials let him play. Hamburg looking for a call. They're not going to get it. Half a minute to go.
I think that was a good no call.
Opportunity now for Hofelder behind the goal.
Especially with 40 seconds left, Dave. That's a good no call.
Hofelder's got it. And timeout Hamburg. A good timeout there again from Jerry Severino.
Yeah, but I like that. See, the officials, I mean, they were probably looking for a hold on that one, but I like that. It was a good no call. You know, the offensive player was kind of getting down low, and the defensive player was playing good defense. And 30 seconds to go, you'd hate to see a flag to kind of, especially when you get a game like this. It's been seesaw battle all night long. Let them play it out.
I look over the
right here.
stats.
See? Yeah, here it is, and it's Ramaker. See, yeah, I mean, he was leaning into his man. He went down.
Well, he's
you
getting
get a little
worked
bit
over
there,
pretty
yeah.
good.
But you know what? Yeah,
Hacked in the ankle.
I like that no call, though. It's been physical all night long. 30 seconds to go. Little intensity on the sideline. Coach Severino and his team. And there's a good look at Wilcox, who had a big second half. Keep his team in this game.
Yeah, 4 goals for Ben Smith-Wilcox, all here in the second half. He's got
I like the way he
27.
carries himself, though. Just kind of, you know what? Doesn't do a lot of jumping around and everything. Just plays the game.
And he's just a junior, too, at 5'8", 145, and there's Hofelder.
And that's who you're going to probably see the ball in his stick right here with 17. And if he goes, you got to look to slide.
Oh, the Hamburg fans are literally rocking the press box below us after the timeout from Jerry Severino. The Bulldogs have now 12 seconds to go. It's Hofelder in the X behind the cage. He's going to pull it out in front. Makes a move. Inside out. Shoots, and a save made by Moore. Rebound loose in the slot.
Wow.
And that ball's cleared out. Wow.
What an opportunity, boy. He looked like he had a good look at it, Dave. I don't know if it went off the goaltender or the defensive player. We got to get a look at that. But boy, Hofelder had his man.
Well, that's
beat.
the play they wanted, yeah. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted Hofelder coming out.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't slide sooner to him because he just comes from behind the net. We got to look at it. Watch, he's come behind the net. No one's looking to slide. He takes his Oh, yeah, it hit the goalie.
Awesome save from the sophomore.
And it looked like the goalie, it almost caught him by surprise. Watch this. I mean, it hit him in the helmet. Hey, I mean, that is by surprise.
You got to get it done one way or another, don't you?
Holy cow.
Wow, what a finish.
But no
to
slide right
regulation.
here, and it was by his stick. Yeah,
Right
it
off
was
his
by
helmet.
his stick.
That's great camera work from our crew here at Time Warner Cable Sports Channel 2.
And you talk about a great replay, but you know what?
Awesome.
Then that's when we talk about you have to be a totally kind of a different kind of kid to play goalie. Because if you're going to ask me to get in the net and take one like that.
And he's only a sophomore, too, coming in
Look
with a
at
save percentage of 59.1% on the season.
It doesn't even look like it phased him, though. You know? He has really played really, really well for a sophomore.
And you know what, Mark? He's not even really the starter on this team. The starter on this team in goal is...
Yeah, look at these saves right here, though, Dave. I mean, you know what? And remember, the first 2 shots Hamburg had, they scored on him.
Yep.
And he kept his composure all evening long.
And you can't tell me that's easy to do.
No, and he is actually getting better as the game goes on. And I actually did talk to Coach Mulhern because when you see that, we're going to take a look here right now, and what a great job by him. And we'll see the stats here through the 4 quarters. Look at this right here. Scored 10 apiece. Shots pretty even, boy. Ground balls even. Face-offs, though. What a discrepancy there. 18-5.
And Canandaigua with a couple of man-up goals, too.
Man, oh, man. 18-5, and it is tied at 10. This has been a great lacrosse game. But, you know, Dave, you talk about the sophomore goaltender, and I talked to Coach Mulhern because, you know, when you switch goaltenders, that's a tough decision for a coach to make. And you know what? He had those 2 quick goals that they scored on him. He didn't pull them out, and he kind of was saying, you know what? He played really well the last 2 games, and he's building on it. Now this game is really one of the a real great performance here that'll take him, and he's saying this is my guy for the playoffs.
Well, and you know, I don't necessarily want to call number 30 Luke McNeil the quote-unquote starter, but he is a senior. He stopped 45.7% of the shots that he's faced. And on the flip side, Brandon Moore, today's starter, just a sophomore, he stopped about 60%. And we get a possession timeout here.
Yeah, and you know what, though? But that was the point I was making. I said, you know, you take the senior out and you put the sophomore in. That's a tough decision to make, you know?
But the numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Again, the senior, Luke McNeil, stopping 45.7% of the shots he's faced, and the sophomore stopping 59.1% of the shots that he's faced.
There's a big play. That was Nico there with a big play. We didn't call his number all night long.
Overtime started, and Hamburg calls a timeout, and that gives us a chance for a little change of pace. We'll push some women's college softball and a doubleheader. It is Siena at Albany coming up on Wednesday. That's April 29th, with the first pitch scheduled for 3 p.m. only here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
And this is, you can feel the intensity.
These are the kind of games you want to be a part of.
You're right. You want to get in that huddle over there. And you know, you always introduce me as a former Hobart player. You know, I was a Bulldog one day.
That's right.
And unfortunately, I don't want to tell you how old I am because they didn't have lacrosse when I was here at Hamburg. But
did they have fire?
You know. And you're right. Now, like you say, we talk about getting into overtime. And you lose 18-5.
Yeah, it was lopsided in favor of Canandaigua, but they won the one that was important, and that's the one to start overtime.
Yeah. And a lot of times, too, OT, there's a lot of pressure on, and sometimes you get quick scores. We'll see here.
They put 4 minutes on the score clock, but it is sudden death or sudden victory, whatever you want to call it.
Felder got in his stick. You got to look to slide to him, though.
Brings it out in front. He shoots, and he fired it wide.
Boy, oh boy.
Hamburg with a good job from the sophomore Chido there, number 7, to back it up. He was almost beaten to the end line. This pass out in front again. And they'll settle things down and move into the X.
They're going to give it to him again. He got up limping a little bit that time, Holtfielder, but it's a good one-on-one matchup. And
Holfelder's got it. One-on-one, cuts to the inside. He shoots, and a save made, I believe. Moore got a piece of it.
How about the effort, though, by Holfelder? I mean, he has had 3 right on the doorstep, and that's McLean. I'll give McLean, number 16, a lot of credit, Dave. He's been going individually. He's been trying to cover Holfelder.
Look at this
turnover.
Oh, almost.
Almost is right. Good ride.
Almost only counts in horseshoes, all right?
Yeah, but that's a great ride by Redding.
Wow.
Reddick's
Hamburg
actually,
nearly got the ball back.
And Reddick's going to be accompanying Hofelder to Mercyhurst, so two good players that they're going to be bringing in next year. Here's the clear. Good clear.
Open man downfield, and it's going to be picked up by Ian Brown for the Braves of Canandaigua. We are in overtime.
Well, we've had some great games over the years between these two teams, but this is one of the better ones that I've been involved in.
Last year, Canandaigua beat Hamburg 11-9. 2013, it was a one-goal game. Hamburg 13-12 over Canandaigua. Opportunity here for the Braves. Yeah, they've had some epic battles despite the fact that they play cross-sectionally. Opportunity back out in front again, and the Braves will settle things down. Let's see who the hero's going to be. We're going to have one.
And they seem just to be moving the ball. They don't have one guy picked out.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first overtime. Like I said, 4 minutes on the clock, and we'll have another timeout. This one called by Canandaigua.
Yeah, I think Coach Mulhern just wasn't felt it a little bit that they weren't real in sync on that last possession right there.
Those are smart timeouts. When you've got possession.
You can kind of feel that they just weren't moving the ball around. You want to get it around one time.
Always an exciting time of year as the weather breaks, the snow melts, spring blooms, and here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, we bring you the draft special as well. And you can catch all the action right here on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel coming up on Friday, May 1st at 8 p.m. Draft Night 2015, only on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Jerry Severino, a little bit of a look of concern. His team on the defensive here after the timeout.
Yeah, he's letting his assistant coaches go to work too and getting his team together, but
had a lot of good talent come through the doors of Hamburg High School when it comes to this lacrosse program.
This guy I really like here. Yep. Brendan Ryan. I mean, he seems like a free-spirited kind of kid, but you know, you look at goals and you look at, you know, face-offs and everything, but the clears are big time too, and he has done individually, boy, he's been clearing it for Hamburg all night long.
So head coach Ed Mulhern, with his team sitting at 6-3 right now, called timeout.
Let's see what he drew up on here.
See what he dialed up in the offensive end. Again, first goal wins. They put 4 minutes on the clock for overtime.
Got this ball in Connor Holmstick, who's been really, he's good on the assist too. He can feed it.
Well, he's their leading scorer, the senior behind the Hamburg cage. Hanging on to it. There you see him, number 18, Connor Holm. Came into the game with 36 points. Makes a move out in front. Rips it off the post.
Boy, oh boy, that was an incredible shot. He was in a full sprint coming this way, away from the net, and man, he just turned the hips on that one. Boy, that was close to ending this one.
As impressive or more impressive is the fact that they were able to maintain possession. That ball came off the post at 100 miles an hour going toward the out-of-bounds line, and somehow Canandaigua got the ball back, or kept possession, I should say, and behind the cage it comes again. 1 minute to go in overtime, the first overtime.
You know, you got a feeling he just wants to finish it for his team.
Holm, one-on-one coverage. Watching him. Pass, nope, hangs on, right out in front again. Holm draws the double team as he came out up top.
I'll tell you, that's good defense.
That's very good.
That's very good defense.
Half a minute to go in the first overtime, and Holm's got it, trying to end it right out in front.
Move,
shot, and goal! In overtime, the Canandaigua Braves come back and beat the Hamburg Bulldogs by a final 11-10.
And they're dancing down here on the Canandaigua sideline. Oh boy, that was a big one. You could just feel it, Dave, when that pass. That was a great look. And those are the two big guns for Canandaigua. And the seniors get it done, and there's Coach Mulhern with a sigh of relief.
So Canandaigua scores the game's last two goals. Ben Smith-Wilcox with his 4th of the game, tied it at 10, and the Braves go on to win it in overtime. Take a look at the replay before we step aside, and you'll see Connor home right there.
Yeah, and he's this guy. He really directed traffic today. Really, what a nice assist right there. And you know what? You got to look for your main guy. And these two guys have a lot of chemistry. Good catch. He beats him on a dodge and puts it home.
Jeez, Wilcox scores 5 on the day, 28th of the season.
Five in the second half. Now watch this, Dave. Here's the fun part about it, though. Not only the guy that scores, but how about his teammates over on the sideline having a little bit of fun.
The reaction is priceless, isn't it?
Yeah, watch. Look at him. Like, whoa. They knew as soon as he caught it, boy, they're holding their breath. And then they're like, they're running around, don't know which way to go. And Coach Mulhern, I said, a little sigh of relief. Look at the coaches shaking one another's hand and saying, let's get on the bus and head home.
We'll catch our breath and bring you some post-game coverage coming up next from Hamburg under the lights in Western New York. From Section 5, it's Canandaigua 11. From Section 6, Hamburg 10. That's our final score on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel. Our final score here at Howe Field in the shadows of Hamburg High School in Western New York. Out of Section 5, Canandaigua beating Hamburg out of Section 6, 11-10 here in overtime. And our player of the game is Ben Smith-Wilcox. Day, but all in the second half. Your 28th of the season, won it in overtime. How did that feel?
It felt great. It felt great to win the overtime.
How come, how have you guys just developed this rivalry with a team that's not even in your section? These Hamburg-Canandaigua games over the years, they've really grown into something special.
Yeah, well, we see them after we win sectionals usually, so that's always a nice one. And then we always come up here, they come down, and it's always a great game.
Talk about your performance single-handedly here in the second half. Is there anything your coach said at halftime to kind of fire you up?
No, not really the coaches. The seniors really got me going, just senior leadership.
Great game. Congratulations. Our player of the game, Ben Smith-Wilcox.
Thank you.
We turn our attention now to head coach Ed Mulhern, and, well, it seemed like things got a little fired up there in the second half.
Yeah, it got going both ways. Kids played hard. It's two good programs that love to compete against one another, and it's always a lot of fun, and it seems like we're always in these nail-biters.
I was looking at your roster. We talked during the course of the week. You have a senior who I guess has logged more minutes. I don't know if I'd call him your starter in goal, but you decided to go a different direction here today, and it seemed to pay off for you.
Well, we have a stable of goalies that we're very comfortable with. We're comfortable with each and every one of them, and right now we're playing pretty well. We've won 3 close games in a row, so you don't want to ruin the mojo, for lack of a better term. But we're confident with any of the ones that we have, and I really think the defense played very well in front of them. I thought, number 40, he's a pretty good player, and he had 3 or 4 opportunities at the end of overtime and the end of the game. And number 16, Michael McLean, I thought did a great job on him, and I thought our off-ball defense was outstanding because they didn't get a look.
Do I dare ask this question? Do you think you're going to see him again in the Far West Regionals?
I don't know. We're so far from there in our section. There's probably teams, and Victor's a heck of a team. Churchville's beaten us already. Webster Thomas, who beat these guys, they're a heck of a team. We're so far away from sectionals. We got Brighton on Tuesday, and after that, I don't even know where we're going next. So one game at a time.
Hey, thanks a lot, and good luck down the stretch.
Thank you so much, and thanks for doing this. It's a great service for the communities and the kids.
All right, the Canandaigua Braves and head coach Ed Mulhern, and all their fans here, too, celebrating an overtime victory. 11-10 the final here in Hamburg. We'll be back with a final thought when our post-game coverage continues next on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.
For my broadcast partner, Mark Collins, our producer and director, David D., and our entire Time Warner Cable Sports Channel crew, my name is David Miller. Thanks a lot for watching, and good night from Hamburg.